beginning.
I mean, since Diddy was arrested and the idea of his parties, people have been clamoring for additional names, other celebrities to now be pulled into that. And Jay-Z is one of the biggest celebrities so far that's pulled into it. So, yeah, people were kind of waiting for a moment like this.
And if you listen to his lawyers, some of the things that they said that were pretty interesting is he's not a target. He's not a probe or things like this at the criminal investigation.
Leaked emails have just ignited a new wave of speculation, alleging that Jay-Z urgently urged Diddy to burn certain footage, not delete it, not hide it, but destroy it completely. According to the messages, the concern centered on private events, guests who allegedly didn't know they were being recorded, and fallout severe enough to upend everything connected to them. If the reports are accurate, the desperation alone raises a chilling question. What was captured on those tapes that made erasure feel insufficient? Stay with me, because once this is unpacked, the implications may run far deeper than anyone expected.
Staying up late, it's about that time to kick it off for the Factor Uncensored, and we want to welcome you for joining us tonight. We start off with news that has social media, politicians, and fans in an uproar. Billionaire rapper Jay-Z is accused of raping a 13-year-old girl accused, along with Sean P. Diddy Combs. A Jane Doe in a lawsuit says an assault happened at an after-party that was following the MTV Video Music Awards in New York City back in 2000. Jay-Z responded with a statement on X calling the allegations idiotic and an attempt at blackmail by a prominent Houston attorney that we all know, Tony Busby, who represents that Jane Doe in the lawsuit today. He filed a motion, that being Jay-Z, to dismiss the lawsuit. Busby also released a statement last night saying he sent a demand letter in an attempt to settle this case, and his client in the so-called blackmail attempt didn't talk about money in that demand letter. He also requested that the accuser identify herself publicly, that being from Jay-Z.
What the emails allegedly reveal is what has everyone shaken. It began with a digital leak no one anticipated, a small data drop that has since fueled speculation about one of the most serious potential cover-ups in hip-hop history. According to online claims, a batch of emails said to be pulled from a seized backup server briefly appeared on an encrypted message board before spreading rapidly across Reddit and X. At the center of the discussion were familiar names, Jay-Z, Diddy, and a warning that instantly set off alarms. One message in particular has drawn intense attention. Short, direct, and alleged to be from Jay-Z to Diddy, it reads, "You need to burn that footage for real." Other emails circulating in the same thread reportedly reference a private event, concerns about guests who were unaware they were being recorded, and the risk of catastrophic fallout. One line, repeated across posts, is especially chilling. They didn't sign anything. This could end all of us. None of these messages have been authenticated, and no party has confirmed their legitimacy. Still, their emergence has reignited questions about secrecy, consent, and how much power operates behind closed doors in the industry. If the emails are real, they suggest fear not of embarrassment, but of consequences that could unravel far more than reputations.
You don't have to name a person if you don't want to. Is it normal? No, but the law allows it. So, normally that does not happen. Now, one of the things that I think came out, Jay-Z's statement that flat out said, fair is fair. You're suing me, let me know who my accuser is, stop being anonymous, show your damn face, show yourself, because in America, we are allowed to face our accusers. And so you have filed a suit against me anonymously. The damage is done. Everybody is talking about my reputation. I need to now know who you are, and I think that's fair. I really do, because he should be allowed to do his research. Was this 13-year-old girl actually at the party? Was he there at the same time at the party? Where the heck were this person's parents? How can I fight these allegations if I don't know who you are? So, is it normal? Yes.
The email thread is allegedly dated to 2016, a year repeatedly linked to whispers of secret parties, sealed disputes, and stories many were too afraid to tell at the time. It's resurfacing now, amid an active federal investigation involving confiscated hard drives and alleged hidden vaults tied to Diddy, has only intensified the shock. The question dominating every conversation is simple but explosive. Is it real? Did Jay-Z truly urge Diddy to destroy footage that could implicate some of the biggest names in music and entertainment? That's where the situation grows more technical and more unsettling. Cybersecurity analysts examining the leak say the emails appear credible, pointing to metadata that reportedly aligns with IP origins and timestamps consistent with Roc Nation, associated servers from that period. Others note that the headers, formatting, and digital signatures closely resemble authenticated internal correspondence used by verified artist teams at the time. While nothing has been officially confirmed, the growing consensus among analysts is fueling concern that this leak may be more than internet fiction, and that's what has the industry on edge.
Again, a 13-year-old is not going to have the bravery to come forward at that time, so nobody should, shame a 13-year-old girl for going through something traumatic.
We just want to know if it's true.
If it's true or
yeah,
not,
yeah.
and then how can you prove it, and that's going to be a difficult task.
Yogi, your thoughts on this?
I think one thing that Mr. Busby has in his favor is the standard by which the civil courts are going to have to weigh this. It's not a criminal case. They don't have to prove this beyond a reasonable doubt. They have to prove it by the preponderance of the evidence. And this means...
And for the average viewer who doesn't know what that means, what does that mean?
It just means that you have to prove more likely than not that it happened. Tipping the scale to, let's say, 51% in your favor with respect to the evidentiary standard. Now, Mr. Busby had a press conference a few months back, and during that press conference, he stated that the civil lawsuits that he was moving forward with were ones that were vetted by his office. He stated that he hired an investigator, that investigator gathered further corroborating evidence. And so I'm very curious to see what corroborating evidence he has that he thinks...
Adding to the tension is a reported watermark linked to an email archiving system that Diddy's team allegedly used before the recent federal raid, a detail experts say is difficult to fake and potentially significant. If accurate, it suggests the emails may have originated from a seized device or server, possibly leaked by someone with direct access to evidence. One digital security researcher, speaking anonymously, put it bluntly, "If this is fake, it's one of the most sophisticated fabrications I've ever seen. But if it's real, everyone in that chain has serious problems." While there has been no confirmation from the DOJ or from any of the celebrities named, analysts are no longer dismissing the material as online gossip. This isn't fan fiction, they argue. It reads like legal-grade correspondence, reflecting urgency, fear, and the possibility of coordination to destroy evidence tied to unlawful recording or something even more serious. And that raises the question everyone is now asking. What exactly was on that footage that triggered this level of panic?
Well, I spoke with a law professor last week about this very issue, about Jane Does, if they're going to be able to proceed anonymously. Busby has filed, I think he's at 20 cases right now with all Jane or John Doe plaintiffs, and it's kind of a mixed bag. Individual judges are determining if those cases can proceed anonymously, and so far 2 judges have ruled nope, you can't. Other judges have said sure, right, as of right now, until something changes, you can proceed anonymously. So it is kind of a 50-50 chance on what these judges will decide. In the Jay-Z case with this 13-year-old accuser.
And another element of this has just been quite confusing is that there is another unnamed celebrity included in the lawsuit, Celebrity B, a female celebrity who's allegedly in the room when the alleged assault took place and stands back and watches. Cheyenne, there's been no indication as to who that is, has there?
No, there hasn't. I mean, and also an amended complaint could drop today with the name of that woman. So it is kind of a wait and see. Maybe that person already has received a similar demand letter from Busby's firm, and they have, agreed to come to...
What footage were they referring to? The language in the emails isn't casual or abstract. It's anxious and unusually specific. References to recordings, after 2 a.m. footage, and even night vision paint a disturbing picture that goes far beyond an ordinary party video or a harmless clip taken out of context. If the messages are authentic, they suggest the existence of recordings from highly private settings captured late at night, possibly without the knowledge or consent of those present. This wasn't a selfie gone wrong or an accidental background moment. It reads like material from controlled environments where cameras were deliberately running. And that specificity is what has alarmed analysts the most, because it points not to embarrassment, but to footage someone was desperate to erase entirely.
We're here live now from Fox, and we do have some breaking news that we want to bring to you. It was being reported by TMZ and now Fox News. We are learning that Jay-Z is accused of raping a 13-year-old girl. That is new in the Diddy lawsuit, and the new allegations are just coming out this evening. Jay-Z is being accused of raping a minor along with Diddy at a MTV VMAs after party back in 2000, according to documents obtained by Fox News Digital tonight. The lawsuit, which was initially filed back in October, was refiled tonight in New York by an anonymous accuser claiming Jay-Z, whose full name is Sean Carter, raped her while Combs and Celebrity B watched. So that other celebrity, was not named. Initially, the lawsuit stated Combs raped the minor while Celebrity A and Celebrity B watched. Carter was named as Celebrity A in the refiled lawsuit. Representatives for Jay-Z did not immediately respond to Fox News Digital request for comment. Combs and Carter alleged...
Insiders have long whispered about Diddy's infamous no-phone parties, exclusive, invite-only nights where devices were confiscated, NDAs circulated, and discretion was mandatory. But if the leaked emails are authentic, that secrecy may have been one-sided. The messages imply cameras were recording throughout these events, possibly hidden, possibly undisclosed, and that some attendees never consented. One line stands out. They didn't sign anything. This could end all of us, suggesting fear not of embarrassment, but of serious legal and reputational fallout. Speculation has since pointed to events in 2016, including a yacht party referenced in sealed filings from the same period when several allegations reportedly surfaced and were later sealed or settled. That context fuels the central question now circulating online. Why would Jay-Z, a famously cautious and strategic figure, be urging Diddy to burn footage if he wasn't trying to protect himself or someone else? Another alleged message, if that S***T leaks, they'll bury us, reads less like general caution and more like panic from someone who understands exactly how damaging the material could be. If real, the emails don't prove guilt, but they do suggest urgency, fear, and a scramble for damage control that goes far beyond rumor.
Judgment thinking that all celebrities are the same. I'm not from your world. I'm a young man who made it out of the project of Brooklyn. We don't play these types of games. We have very strict codes and honor. We protect children. You seem to exploit people for personal gain. I look forward to showing you just how different I am.
I think that this just needs to be looked at in kind of a measured way. Unlike the media is treating some people in the media, you know, Pete Hegseth being one of them, where they automatically hear an allegation and they run with it. I think that this needs to be treated in a measured type of way. We don't need knee-jerk societal reactions. Anybody can make allegations against somebody, and people who are rich and famous are particularly targets.
So what was Jay-Z really trying to protect? His brand, his business ties, his marriage? Or was he trying to shield Diddy from something far more devastating? Online, two dominant theories have taken hold. The first suggests Jay may have helped plan or attend certain events without fully understanding what was happening behind the scenes, only realizing the danger once the footage existed. The second is more troubling, that he saw what was on those tapes and understood it could implicate him by association, if not by direct action. Because if this were merely about someone else's mistake, why use language as extreme as "they'll bury us"? That phrase doesn't sound like casual concern, it sounds like panic. And it raises the most unsettling possibility of all, that Jay knew Diddy's hidden archive wasn't just damaging, but far larger and darker than the public has ever been allowed to imagine.
We've got some breaking news to get to. A civil lawsuit has been filed against Jay-Z, saying the rapper raped a 13-year-old girl back in 2000. The suit alleges that Jay-Z, whose real name is Sean Carter, raped the girl after the Video Music Awards alongside Sean Diddy Combs. The victim says she was invited to an after party after being spotted by a limo driver and was then assaulted by both rappers. Jay-Z is calling this a blackmail attempt. He released a statement on social media responding to the lawsuit, and Texas attorney behind the legal action saying in part, "These allegations are so heinous in nature, you have made a terrible error in judgment, thinking that all celebrities are the same. I look forward to showing you just..."
Insiders now suggest that the distance between them was never purely emotional but strategic, a form of protection shaped by the understanding that their empires lived and died on perception, and perception demanded control. Over the years, their worlds overlapped through shared event planners, security teams, and PR strategists, creating an ecosystem where information flowed quietly and selectively. That overlap fuels speculation that if Diddy was secretly recording private moments, Jay-Z's camp may have known, or at least been close enough to discover it. Some now believe their bond wasn't rooted only in music or business, but in shared knowledge too dangerous to document. If those secrets were ever captured on camera, it would explain the panic embedded in the leaked emails and the calculated silence from both sides today. Jay-Z may not have pressed record, but the implication is darker. He may have helped shield a man who did, and that's where suspicion begins to edge toward potential legal consequences.
Lawsuit accuses rapper Jay-Z of f***ing a 13-year-old girl in 2000 alongside Sean Diddy Combs. The lawsuit, originally filed in October, was refiled today to include Jay-Z as a defendant.
Everyone connected to Diddy is finally being exposed, and it looks like Diddy is snitching on his co-conspirators to get a shorter sentence.
Rap and media mogul Jay-Z now accused of a 13-year-old girl in 2000 along with Sean Diddy Combs. Now, this lawsuit was originally filed back in October in the Southern District of New York, listing Diddy as the defendant, but it was just refiled today to include Jay-Z now. The anonymous accuser alleging the assault occurred after she was driven to an after-party following the MTV Video Music Awards. The suit says she was offered a drink that made her feel, quote, woozy, lightheaded, and felt like she needed to lie down. Shortly after, Jay-Z and Diddy entered the room where she was resting.
Who else might be on the footage is the question now rattling the industry. The leaked email thread didn't just show panic between Jay-Z and Diddy. It hinted at a much wider circle. Phrases like A-listers, young guests, and people we can't afford to lose appear repeatedly, signaling not paranoia but calculated damage control. That language suggests this wasn't about protecting one or two individuals, but an entire network tied together by shared events and shared risk. While no specific names appear, online investigators quickly zeroed in on 2016, the same year referenced in the emails, and particularly an infamous high-security yacht gathering billed as a mentorship retreat for artists, influencers, and sponsors. Phones were reportedly banned, access tightly controlled, and NDAs common. Years later, blind items and rumors began hinting that these events were more than they appeared. Now, speculation has intensified that some attendees may have been recorded without their knowledge, possibly while impaired or in moments never meant for public view. The tone of the emails makes one thing clear: whatever existed was considered dangerous to reputations. Online chatter has even revived old rumors about politicians, athletes, and actors attending Diddy's closed-door events, fueling the belief that the potential fallout could extend far beyond music. At this stage, nothing is confirmed, but if the emails are authentic, they suggest widespread fear among powerful figures with everything to lose. And that's what raises the stakes. If such footage exists and was recorded without consent, the issue moves beyond scandal into serious legal territory. U.S. privacy and wiretapping laws are strict, especially regarding private settings, and any suggestion of evidence destruction, such as urging someone to burn recordings, could carry severe legal implications. What began as rumor now sits uncomfortably close to questions of criminal exposure, and that makes what comes next far more serious than gossip.
While we're here live now from Fox, and we do have some breaking news that we want to bring to you. It was being reported by TMZ and now Fox News. We are learning that Jay-Z is accused of raping a 13-year-old girl. That is new in the Diddy lawsuit, and the new allegations are just coming out this evening. Jay-Z is being accused of raping a minor along with Diddy. at a MTV VMAs after party back in 2000, according to documents obtained by Fox News Digital tonight. The lawsuit, which was initially filed back in October, was refiled tonight in New York by an anonymous accuser claiming Jay-Z, whose full name is Sean Carter, raped her while Combs and Celebrity B watched. So that other celebrity was not named. Initially, the lawsuit stated Combs raped the minor while Celebrity A and Celebrity B watched. Carter was named as Celebrity A in the refiled lawsuit. Representatives for Jay-Z did not immediately respond to Fox News Digital request for comments. Combs and Carter allegedly, quote, took turns assaulting the minor, according to the lawsuit. Many others were present at the after party but did nothing to stop the assault, it alleges. The 13-year-old girl was dropped off at Radio City Music Hall by a friend as she wanted to attend the MTV Video Music Awards back in 2000, according to the lawsuit. In an attempt to gain entry to the venue, she began approaching limousine drivers waiting outside the celebrity-filled event. One of the limousine drivers she spoke to claimed to work for Diddy, the lawsuit read. He told her that Combs liked younger girls and said that, quote, she fit what Diddy was looking for, not allowing her into the awards, but inviting her to an after party. The 13-year-old